My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be continuing with the Watcher. I think we're going to stay on Ascension 1 for a little bit of period of time while we continue to learn the character and while the character is continually being updated before we start the Heartbreaker Ascension grind proper. It won't be too long though. Won't be too long at all. Just want to make sure that I've explored enough in the save file here. Obtain a random rare card, probably. Deus Ex Machina, not that great as a build around. When you draw this card, add 2 miracles to your hand and exhaust. It can actually be really, really limiting in terms of what you're capable of doing for the rest of the run. It's going to be really, really bad against the Gremlin Knob. Limiting in terms of what you can do for the rest of the run in terms of it gives you a bunch of miracles on draw. So if you're retaining a bunch of cards in hand already, those miracles just get discarded. They don't have anywhere to be in your hand. Thinking this deck probably wants to be aggressive as a result. Straight for damage. Thank you. Crescendo, that answers Wrath. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. We're doing it. Get at the extra attack now. Just because now, yeah, Eruption, there we go. Actually, I can even get the Crescendo out first, but Eruption Double Strike was going to be enough for the kill there. Weave, Crush Joints, Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash is really, really, really good at helping you get through the Sentinel fight. I pretty much take the first copy of it every single time I see it. I'm going to remove a strike. This is going to seem weird when I'm trying to be aggressive and I'm removing a strike, despite the fact that the Gremlin Knob is upcoming. But the reason I remove this is because the big payoff for a Wrath deck to get through Elite and especially boss fights is, or can be at least, signature move. So we need to limit the amount of other attacks that we have. I'm removing Deus Ex Machina. I'll get the 10 max HP from it. I'm really happy to have 10 max HP as this character. It gives us longer while in Wrath to kind of use our HP as a resource to buy time to get lethal for the boss. And also, Deus Ex Machina wasn't necessarily great for what we were trying to use it for. It was just what we had. I'll take another Bowling Bash. Great. Couldn't be more pleased to have it. Could have killed the frontliner. Yeah, because it's 21-21. Should have killed the frontliner as well. Never mind. Bowling Bash didn't come into the sand. Alright, we're going to have to go for the draw. Because I don't want to end a Crescendo here. Actually, I do. It's just not yet. Okay. So we Eruption on the back line and then Bowling Bash to kill the frontliner. Kill you, kill you. It's a good turn. Get back into Vigilance and defend. So all it takes is like a Bowling Bash or two, and this goes from your worst fight as this character to your best fight as this character. Vajra. Great for a multi-hit deck, and Bowling Bash is a multi-hit. Start each combat with 1 strength, as well as Worship, Mental Fortress, and Weave. Worship, gain Mantra. I could go for this, right? Because if we manage to enter Divinity, we get a bunch of extra energy, and obviously, like, that's a ridiculous kind of Wrath form. Divinity being, upon entering this stance, gain 3 energy, attacks deal triple damage, and you exit the stance at the end of your turn. It's just very, very slow for us. I think I'm going to pass that. I've done a couple of Divinity decks here. Not happy to get rid of that Eruption early here, but well, so it goes. Strike, and great. We should have lethal next turn with pretty much any draw. Crescendo, strike, bowling bash, bowling bash. Follow-up could probably be taken here. I could actually take Fear No Evil so that I can get back out of Wrath. I'm gonna take Fear No Evil. I've kind of underestimated in the past. I'd rather overestimate it, so let's try and overestimate it here. Okay, both those bowling bashes definitely want upgrades, but I'm gonna go for the Crescendo. Make it 0 cost so I can get roll aggressive. Yeah, if we are going a full Wrath-based build, we're not going to the heart. 2 defend upgrades could be useful. Definitely want to start on Vigilance here. Okay. Crescendo, Bowling Bash, Strike, and then Vigilant back in. Just so that I don't get the double damage from the enemy. I've got to throw out Bowling Bashes. I've got to start whittling down the enemy's HP. Okay. Eruption, we just end the turn with Fear No Evil. Bowling Bash, defend. Fear No Evil. I'll get out the extra strike as well. Sweet. Should have a pretty clear path to a kill from here. And we do. Goodbye, Lugvorn. Bag of marbles. We're getting a lot of equipment that works particularly well for the Wrathful build we're trying to go. We could take another Crescendo. We are going to need other Wrath triggers because we have repeatable Calm triggers in the deck that we actually intend on continuing. So this is actually a stance flipping deck now. So switch and stance that was offered a while ago would be really useful. So this relic is Akabeko. Your first attack each combat deals 3 additional damage. It's okay. Trip on a 0 is incredible for this character. Apotheosis is, like, fine. We don't intend on adding that many cards to this deck because we need to keep it very consistent. So I think we actually take Trip. Trip and Vault as well, in fact. More than happy to. Oh, here's where Bowling Bash is good. Everywhere. That's the least damage I can afford to... that's the least damage I can take this turn, rather. Eruption, Bowling Bash. You. Vulnerability usually requires a qualifier for this character, so getting it without a qualifier is incredible. Scroll. Draw 3 cards. You cannot play skills for the rest of your turn. Why would I take this? Why would I take this? I would take it if I was heavier into Wrath, and I would take it if I had Fasting in the deck already. Having neither, I'll take Halt. And upgrade Halt, because that's a lot of block. More bank. Whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. And we'll definitely go for an upgrade on Trip. That's going to matter next floor in particular. We also want the Eruption upgraded because it gets 6 extra damage. And a lot of the time, due to the Crescendos, we're in Wrath form by the time we play the first copy of Eruption, which is not typically the case. That's usually why I don't prioritize this as an upgrade, but it's definitely a prioritized upgrade here. Okay, I could split the enemy this turn with a 24, but they're still vulnerable and I'm still in Wrath form, so it's far better to not to. Alright, I'm gonna Fear No Evil, Crescendo. Wait, what? Okay, so Fear No Evil doesn't trigger in this circumstance. The enemy was intending to attack, though. And I can't Vault because it applies a debuff to the enemy that then hits them next. Okay, so Vault would have applied a debuff to the enemy. They would have split, and they wouldn't have the debuff on them anymore. The Vault's debuff is what actually deals the damage. So that wasn't a mistake on my part. Well, actually, was it? Because this specifically orders it, deal 8 damage, then if the enemy intends to attack. And it would trigger them in that order, which is exactly why it didn't work. You can understand why I thought it was going to work, but no. That means that... This also means, by the way, actually, importantly, that using this against Writhing Mass is not reliable. Because if it changes into the Parasite application, it won't enter Calm. Interesting. I'm glad to know that in a fight where it doesn't kill me. Wallop. Obviously. Whenever you play a card, upgrade it for the rest of combat is fine in a deck this thin. I mean, we'll cycle around and then we'll have the whole deck upgraded pretty easily. But Wallop in particular is a great way for a Wrath build to gain defense. Because since you deal double damage, you gain double the defense. It's a natural fit. Alright. Fine. Let's go for the Calling Bell. Obtain a unique curse. The curse is Calling Bell. Curse of the Bell cannot be removed from the deck. Oh, okay, so it's just... That's not as interesting as I was hoping it was going to be. So we got the Bronze Scales. Start each combat with 3 Thorns, as well as the Eternal Feather for every 3... for every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. And the Wing Boots. Wing Boots being you may ignore the next path. You may ignore paths, rather, when choosing the next room to travel to 3 times. I'm still going to try and go for 4 elites. I don't know if that's going to be possible for us, but I'm going to try and do it. Crescendo, Strike, Defend, and Vault. All's well. Then we've probably got Wallop in the next turn. Yep, that's another all's well. And the enemy dies on me. Good fights. Wreath of Flame. Your next attack deals 8 additional damage. In particular, on top of Wallop, that's actually quite good. And on top of the Bowling Bashes, which are multi-hits, that's actually quite good. I'm also incentivized to take more multi-hits into this deck. Flurry of Blows, though. Deal 4 damage. On stance change, return from your discard pile to your hand. We can't turn that down. The whole thing is we're trying to do a stance changing deck, right? So, Flurry of Blows, Vigilance. Flurry of Blows, Crescendo. Flurry of Blows, Strike. That's the kind of thing we're intending to do. And I gotta say, the intention seems to be working. A hard pass. I'll take the attack potion over a skill potion just so that I can use it to push through an elite. Eruption. Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash the front line, and then Strike. And we pretty much have lethal setup. So the real risk for us is boss fights. Scroll. Nope, can't take it. I'm not taking Bowling Bash, and I'm not taking follow-up. The balance of the deck in terms of attacks and non-attacks right now is actually really good. Remove a card from your deck. Again, the balance as it stands is actually quite good. I want to avoid that. Also, avoiding that allows me to go to this shop and possibly pick up a rare relic. Strike Dummy. Cards containing Strike deal 3 additional damage. There's also Talk to the Hand. Deal 5 damage whenever this enemy takes damage. Gain 2 block. I want both of those pretty desperately, but I think I want Strike Dummy more. Is that a dumb idea? It is. I've only got 3 strikes left in the deck. No, I just take the Talk to the Hand. There's also Orange Pellets. Whenever you play a power, attack, and skill in the same turn, remove all of your debuffs. We have no debuffs we apply to ourselves in the deck, as well as no powers, so we're not going to take that. I could Hand of Greed to try and get very, very greedy. I wasn't intending the pun, but I accidentally lent into it. I could take that, or I could go for Happy Flower, Panic Button, maybe? What would that be? Okay, 155 plus 80 is... right, we're 4 short of being able to take both of those. Extra energy every 3rd turn, especially when I don't already have an energy growth, is pretty good. We'll pass. Alright, I'm gonna... Flurry of Blows, Vigilance, Flurry of Blows, Crescendo, Flurry of Blows. Let's also get that strike out there while we have it. Whew. Right. I'm not going to queue up Talk to the Hand. I'm just going to wait for lethal in the next turn. Not the next turn. The next turn is obviously what I meant. No Evil and get the stance chain back. Like, maybe one more Flurry of Blows for the deck, please. Gambling Chip. At the start of each combat, discard any number of cards and then draw that mana. If we get Flurry of Blows in the opening hand, we can discard past it and still start getting them back. Conclude, follow-up, Crush Joints. No. I am very pleased with how this is going. Flurry of Blows will upgrade because we use it so many times, and also we're oftentimes in Wrath form while we're using it. So it's doing 2 extra damage. I'm going to throw one of the strikes because it doesn't do anything right now. Yeah, Vault. Take Vault, happily. Or do we signature move? Because we can play every other attack this turn. So if we signature move, we need to figure out what our damage is. So it's Flurry of Blows, 7. Against vulnerability, that's 10 damage. Unfortunately, I can't just like close this screen for a second. So that's 10 damage. And then we get into Eruption with 15. So 10, 15, 20. And then that gets us the Flurry of Blows back, which will be 14. 14 is 21, so 25 and 21. We've got 46 damage dealt so far. And then we Bowling Bash. Bowling Bash by base is 7, so it's upgraded to 8. So it's Wrath to 16, so the vulnerability makes it 24. So we're up to, what was it? It was 46 before, right? 46 with 24 is 70. And then signature move would be 62, 92. Yeah, we have lethal. Okay. Flurry of Blows. Eruption brings back Flurry of Blows. We use that. We use Bowling Bash. We coin. We strike. And then we signature move to kill. Yang! Whenever you play an attack, gain 1 temporary dex. We are going all aggressive with this build. Just Lucky is a great trigger of a very small amount of block that you can use after everything else for the sake of Yang's effect, and it increments Yang itself. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest your mana cards to your deck, we'll take the Sapphire Key here. I probably don't want to remove a card from my deck at this point, so I'm actually going to go to a rest and go for an upgrade. It's probably the other Crescendo right now, but can I convince myself to take something else? Yeah, the Bowling Bashes, because the AoE fights are particularly bad for us. Still. Let's throw away the Miracle looking for another card. Talk to the hand, Bowling Bash, and then these are each 10 apiece. Yeah, that's enough. We might also want to get a Fasting in this deck. So the primary reason we would get a Fasting in this deck is because if we play a bunch of attacks and then a Fasting afterwards, although we would probably need Draw in order to enable this, then we get to keep all the decks from Yang. That said, we don't really rely on that. Ideally, we end our fight significantly before that would be a problem. Okay. Vigilance, and then into Crescendo. What? Fight. Another Fear No Evil. Yep. Maybe we even go Elite, Elite, Elite. Hop back and forth. I want to do it. Talk to the hand, the backliner, and then Bowling Bash just to get rid of the frontliner. Miracle Eruption to get rid of you as well, in fact. Okay. Flurry of Blows. We're just lucky to see what we can get rid of. I'll get rid of both of those. I'm looking for ideally Vault next turn, and then I'll Fear No Evil, gaining back Flurry of Blows. Oh, right, the enemy's not attacking. I'm actually really happy they're not attacking. For that reason, actually, if they're not attacking, what I should have done is left the strikes atop the deck and just gone for the kill next turn. I mean, we'll still get it. This deck is incredible. I feel like I'm saying this every episode with this character. Flying Sleeps, retain, deal 6 damage twice. It's a multi-hit. And it's a retained one. Whenever you switch stances, draw a card, never mind. I almost dumbed, but instead of dumbing at the end, I didn't. As much as I want a Vigilance here, we obviously have to wall up. Talk to the hand. Halt and Vault. Good, good. Adaptation. I don't want to go into Crescendo right now, but I'm not seeing a better turn. Let's look for a skill potion to get out of this at the end of the turn as well. Protect, probably. Let's look for an attack potion. Never mind, we'll just go for the lethal. The boot, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5, as well as a bunch of things I'm not going to take. I know I'm turning down fasting. I'm okay with it. I think the deck is faster than fasting. Again, that wasn't meant to be a pun. I'm just hilarious. Unless I'm trying to be. I only need one of those in the next set. Unfortunate, but we're going to be weakened for the next hand. And also not intangible. I should have bowling bashed before that. Not a great turn. I would have redone that in so many different ways. Flurry of blows, crescendo. Flurry of blows, and then wallop. Go extend straight for the lethal. So this is the kind of run that'll only die when it hits a boss. Because the bosses, like, aren't going to die fast enough for us. Teardrop Locket, start each combat in calm! Wait, do we take Ragnarok or not there? We could take the Switch Stance one. Ragnarok is ridiculous damage, like it's a closer for this run. But Step and Strike costs 1 less per switch stance this turn. Only have to switch stances 2 times in a turn for it to be incredible. I think I still need the damage payoff in this deck because I haven't got Signature Move yet. And Flurry of Blows isn't going to be enough. Is that true? Ragnarok, especially with Talk to the Hand, is really good, and I intend on putting more Talks to the Hand in the deck. I'll also upgrade Ragnarok as a priority. Gets 11 extra damage, but actually it gets 12 extra damage because of the Vajra. Not a great turn on our part. Threw away a lot of useful things there. I forgot that I started in calm, so throwing the crescendo is probably a bad idea. Close, and then rolling bash. Just naturally double defend after that. Alright, I'll crescendo. Talk to the Hand, Flurry of Blows, Vigilance. Drawing back the Flurry of Blows, Eruption. Which shuffles into the new draw pile before returning Flurry of Blows. Okay, that's a good ordering to know. Thank heck I have things like Fear No Evil. Miracle, Fear No Evil. Throws this into Halt. That. Alright, and now I've got the crescendo to go as aggressive as I can on the next turns. Great. Fear No Evil at the end of the turn just for the extra draw. Never mind, it does an extra draw, the enemy's not attacking. It's fine. We still would have cast that one for the extra damage. Perfect turn for Vault to appear on. So I can Vigilance, then Eruption. But then I won't be able to Vault, so it is just Vault. It's just Vault. This deck is really coming together. Fear Potion, incredible. Flow State! Roll them to go them to off! That's the... It's... Video game? You're being very kind. We need Flow State upgraded. It removes its exhaust on upgrade. So we'll take Sozu. But hang on, I kind of already quote-unquote rest with the Eternal Feather. But I'm worried I get to just before the boss and I still need to rest before the boss. Something like that. The Eternal Feather is only healing us for 5 instance, 15 every time we go to a rest site. That's still a lot. And I can dodge elites next floor with the 1 wing boot I have. I think it's still Sozu. I think it's still Sozu. Alright, I feel less good about the Sozu considering that end boss, but it's fine. Get this really early shot. We already start in calm, so we don't use that. Good fight. It's a close one. Start each elite combat with 2 extra. Whenever you switch stance, gain 4 block. We'll probably take that, clear the mind, talk to the hand, flash of steel. Not step and strike though. It's a bad payoff for this deck. I think I just now cut a strike. Upgrade all cards you can no longer heal. No. I do want a lot of my cards upgraded, but no. I can't have that. Flow State is already active in the opening hand because of the Teardrop Locker. We have like the perfect relics for this particular kind of build right now. Now, if only I had Adaptation reliably in my opening hands. We need Adaptation as soon as possible. As in the upgrade to Adaptation. Okay. Trip, defends, Flurry of Blows, then Crescendo, gaining it back. Flurry of Blows. Rolling Bash and then Volt at the end of the turn happily. Putting the enemy immediately back down on the ground. And then Murder with Ragnarok. Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or less cards during your turn, draw 3 additional cards at the start of your next turn. So this is going to allow us to be much more conscious. Draw 2 cards. Yes, we need the Adaptation upgraded now. Extremely potent, those upgrades. But we can guarantee extra draw even after a bad turn. Thanks to that Pocket Watch. Fear no evil, talk to the hand. Unfortunately, I can only trigger Flurry of Blows once this turn. Actually, no, nonce this turn, because... So I want to keep one of those, but I need a Wrath trigger. I'm going to throw Flurry of Blows trying to find a Wrath trigger. Okay, Adaptation into Crescendo. Gives us the Flurry of Blows back. We'll use that. And then wallop you. Halt before I do anything and then Fear no evil. Pulling back that Flurry of Blows. Just trying to spread the damage. Just trying to make sure that all of my enemies are equally miserable. Gotta remember to defend at the end of my turns as a result of Yang. You've got to use Ragnarok at the end, right there. Evaluate foreign influence. So foreign influence specifically when upgraded, I'm happy to have it. In fact, I'm stunned. I'm chuffed to have it. Lose 4 max HP, so I'm back on full max HP. Yup. pass. I'm looking for setup. Adaptation. Ask and ye shall receive. I should have played one fewer cards that turn, so I could have gotten 3 extra draw this turn. That was bad play on my part. Should have considered it. Crescendo. We'll talk to the hands. Pulse. Try to defend a bowling. I'm not even going to clear mind at the end of the turn. I don't think I need to yet. Yeah, so... Flurry of Blows, Strike, then Just Lucky at the after because it has block on it. I'll throw both of those. Then I'll Fear No Evil, drawing a card, getting the Flurry of Blowout. I'll Crescendo, drawing a card, getting the Flurry of Blowout. Then I'm on a Vigilance, drawing a card, getting the Flurry of Blows out. If I was still in Wrath form, I would use this Vault, but it's actually going to be like really useful later on, so skip that. Adaptation. Rip. Foreign Influence finds Ragnarok. I want another Ragnarok in the deck, so I'll take it. State. I'll Ragnarok and clear the mind at the end of the turn. Vaults. Sadly, we just went past both Ragnaroks in the first shuffle, but we still have Vault at least. Speaking of we still have Vault at least, there's Vault at least. Good thing we still have it. Wallop is still in the deck for a useful card on this cycle. But our Wrath triggers are very, very lacking. Oh, never mind. We found a Wrath trigger. I'll Trip. Flurry of Blows. Then I'll Eruption. So that I can Flurry of Blows. And then I'll Wallop rather than Fear No Evil and try and go all the way with Flurry of Blows. Every 6 turns, gain 1 intangible, as well as protect Empty Body Spirit Shield. No, thank you. This can be a problem. Adaptation, Flurry of Blows, Eruption, and Crescendo all in the opening hand. It's really good. Okay. Well, Adaptation, Flurry of Blows. Eruption. Flurry of Blows. Fear No Evil. Flurry of Blows. This is a really good deck. And then I'm going to defend. I'm not going to use either of these Crescendos. I'll hold them. The fact they retain is really, really good for us here. Foreign Influence finds Eviscerate that won't work, but that Mind Blast is still decent damage. From a Crescendo. Thinking I should probably Flurry of Blows here. We'll talk to the hand first, though. Talk to the hand. Flurry of Blows. Mind Blast. Vault. Okay. Then I'll flow state my way out of it. Getting Flurry of Blows back. I'll Crescendo my way back into it. Getting Flurry of Blows back. But I'll just use Ragnarok for the kill. This deck is really strong. Clear the Mind, or Crescendo. Oh my god, they both come pre-upgraded. Getting enough Wrath triggers is the problem that we have in the deck right now. And having an extra one, because our Wrath triggers exhaust, but our Calm triggers don't. That's the problem, I mean. Throwing all of the Fear No Evils because I don't have access to a single Wrath trigger. No, I'll probably get a Wrath trigger with all of this cycle. I'll even throw the Miracle because I don't think I need the extra energy as much as I need to dig for a Wrath trigger. Can we find it? Neat. Sweet. Crescendo away into Wrath and Ragnarok for about 1 billion damage. I should have flow stated at the end of that turn because the enemy is intangible this turn. That was really bad. That was really bad play on my part last turn. I'll halt before I do anything, and then Vigilance, Flurry of Blows, and wait. Had to waste my potion on that. Dang it. Blue Candle. Unplayable curse cards can never be played. When we play a curse, lose 1 HP and exhaust it. Happy to use that. Wire Heading concluded another Foreign Influence. I like Foreign Influence in this deck. I really do. This is a much better path value-wise. Let me get Boba. White V Statue. Potions always appear in combo rewards. Excellent combination with Sozu right there. They work together in such a way that they don't. I already have intangibility this turn, so I don't need block. Start with Eruption. Flash of Steel, and then I'll Fear No Evil my way out of it. Again, I negated extra draw that turn. I need to focus on the Pocket Watch more. Okay, we'll Crescendo here. Talk to the hand and defend, then Ragnarok for decent damage. Good block too. Rotation, Foreign Influence finds. Nothing that useful for us, actually. Take Just Lucky to try and curate my next hand, I guess. Okay. Flurry of Blows. We're starting it all again. Just Lucky to burn. No, I'll keep that. Great. Then we'll Fear No Evil, changing our stance. Okay, and then Flurry of Blows. Then we'll Crescendo. Mental Fortress and Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna clear the mind at the end of the turn, right? Actually, I'm not. I'm not even gonna use it, because I'll vault at the end of the turn. 75 damage assigned is pretty good. Flurry of Blows is incredible. Modified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. Yeah, with the adaptations, that's actually really useful. You bring Calm, draw 4 cards, otherwise enter Calm. Provides the draw we're looking for. I'm gonna hard pass the Miracle just to try and find the right cards. It's basically just whether or not I get stance changing here in the first turn. Got a little. Trip. Flurry of Blows, and then we Crescendo. Flurry of Blows, Bowling Bash. Targeted the wrong targets at the wrong time with this. Not my best turn. I should have done less damage to the backliner, knowing that I was going to be using Wallop. Because Wallop wouldn't have given me all of the HP after that. Girya, you can now gain strength at rest sites up to 3 times maximum. I wish I had the ability to use that enough times here. Bottle Tornado for a thing in my opening hand. Put Mantra in my opening hand. Not Mantra, what's it called? Alright, let's sort by type so I can actually just see my powers. Mental Fortress, because that doesn't upgrade to become innate, whereas the adaptations do, but I'm not going to have time to upgrade them all, so... Why does it matter? It doesn't, does it? I'd take duplication potions here if I could, but I can't, Sozu. the most important upgrades are probably just adaptation, so that I can know that I have my draw. Crescendo, then I'll murder a target. Then I'll Vigilance, getting out of that form. Getting out of the card. I mean, I could Crescendo now, but I'll just hold that for another turn. Okay. True Maul, Foreign Influence finds. Lesson learned, we'll definitely try and use that for a kill here. So Crescendo, and lesson learned to... that target getting the Eruption upgrade. Need to have it. I'll take 1 damage to do the 27 though. Quite happily, in fact. None of those defenders. Alright. Just gotta take 7. That's fine. Skill potion, clear the mind. No, I don't need any of those now. And then the final thing is recalling. Right? We're trying to take this to the heart, so I have to recall. Not particularly pleased about it. But if it's gotta happen, it's gotta happen. Wish I had some stance changing there in that first turn. Good setup though. I'm gonna have to flow state. State gets into rage, and then we'll halt. I'm sorry, Wrath. We'll halt. Okay. I'm gonna Swords in hand, bowling bash the backliner here. Then clear mind to get back out of that mode. Blows, defense. Good. Taking out the backliner first. I want to keep the vulnerability potion for the final fight. We're definitely vaulting at the end of this turn, so we're pretty calm. And we have a lot of intent changes, so we'll use Inner Peace to get back into calm rather than use it for the draw. Start with Crescendo so that we get the extra damage. Flurry of Blows, Strike, Foreign Influence finds, Vault, also really good. That's just lucky to curate our next. We want both of those. Okay. Good. Then we'll Inner Peace, the draw, getting his Flurry of Blows back as well. Foreign Influence finds Tantrum. Tantrum's a little bit of a hard sell, but I think I do need the permanent Wrath trigger in the deck as well here. And I am not leaving Wrath until the end of the turn, so I can use Tantrum here as well. Good turn. Ultimately a pretty good turn. I should talk to the hand, the frontliner. We'll wallop, bowling bash the backliner, killing them, and then miracle out the talk to the hands. Doesn't matter what's here. Rather, it doesn't matter what's hit here. And we'll be able to get back into calm, drawing 2 cards, and Flurry of Blows. And then it will Crescendo to get back out of calm. We'll Ragnarok the enemy for a bunch of block. And Vigilance our way back into calm and 2 more cards. And then Crescendo our way back out of calm and 2 more cards. And you know we can do it again. Actually, I can't do it again. Not fully, at least. That's fine. He's got the full block. Yep. This deck's getting nerfed. I typically don't like to make those predictions, but this is the second time we've got a ridiculous runoff just from get-go. Using this in particular. Tantrum and then Moida. You gotta wallop him for the kill. And go straight to the heart afterwards. Imagine if we had the Jade Lotus. Sorry, Purple Lotus? It's called the Purple Lotus. Yeah. To offset our draw problems, we're going to go with the adaptation. Upgrade to become innate. That's another adaptation. Hard pass, though. Don't want any of those. Closest would be Wreath of Flame, but I have a lot of attacks in the deck, and I have, like, only one Ragnarok that I want to trigger it on. Just looking for a Wrath trigger. Not finding it. Hey, never mind, we found it. Adaptation, adaptation, Mental Fortress. Crescendo gets us into Wrath. Time for attacks. Vigilance takes us out of Wrath. And then Crescendo takes us immediately back in. No one's really good here. I can Fear No Evil and then Crescendo to get all this extra energy again. Deal almost 100 damage with just Whirlwind. That's clearly what we do. That target actually kills itself against me this turn, so I attack the other one. Right, it back attacks me, but dies to my thorns. No, it gets blocked first. Oh, that's really frustrating. Thankfully, it doesn't matter at all. Melange. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, scroll 3. Scry 3. Scroll 3? Empty Mind. Exit your stance, draw 2 cards. Still think that'll be pretty useful for us here. It's a fine opening turn. Adaptation, adaptation, Mental Fortress flow state. We might have wanted to stall the previous fight a little longer for the sake of the incense burner. In fact, that's almost certainly what we wanted to do. You're kidding me, right? This turn is going to suck. Goes up defense. Yeah, I'm dead. Yep. Okay. So what we should have done differently, the first turn we weren't going to be able to trigger Pocket Watch. We had to try and go for all of the adaptations and stuff like that. I didn't need to use Flow State. I didn't need to use Flow State on turn 1. So it was adaptation, adaptation, Mental Fortress. And then hold, getting the extra draw for this turn. I obviously wasn't relying on the fact that I was going to miss, you know, all of my calm triggers. Calm, 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 exit, calm. That's card draw as well, by the way. Curate, calm, draw. Like, I obviously wasn't assuming I was going to miss all of those, but I should have tried to plan exclusively around it. This is a loss exclusively just out of me trying to play too quickly. This is really unfortunate. because it easily could have been a win. I'm not going to reload the fight, though. I'm pretty disappointed in the end of that run, but I'm going to try and not focus too incredibly heavy on it. It was an incredibly fun run up until that point. It managed to win Ascension 1. It died against the extra challenge I opted to take of the heart. If you consider that a win, if you consider that a loss, that's entirely up to you. I personally consider it a win because you could just avoid the heart and it would be a win. But for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. I'm going to go beat myself up for a while. I'm going to try and be a little kinder about it, though. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, regardless of the way that it ends, because it was a wild ride the whole way through. And hopefully we'll see you next time.